students, welcome to digital class of chemistry. As you know that we are already doing our chapter 3, that is metal and non-metal, and in which already we have discussed about the introduction of metal and non-metal, the physical properties of metal and non-metal, chemical properties of metal and non-metal, and differences between metal and non-metal on the basis of physical and chemical properties. So one question that is definitely coming, yeah, most coming in the exam, that is the difference between metal and non-metal on the basis of physical and chemical properties. So hope so you have written it in your notebooks also, and you understood and you learned also. Okay, so now next topic, that is the part 2 of this chapter, that is occurrence and extraction of ore. So let's start without wasting any time. Dear students, says if I'll tell about the extraction or occurrence of metal and non-metal. Occurrence mean where the metal and non-metal found, where metal and non-metal found in the nature. Okay, so let's study this paragraph first, then I'm going to explain you. Dear student, as it is written here, the upper surface of earth crust is made of sand and silicates. The most abundant metal in the earth crust is aluminium, and the second most abundant metal is iron. The most abundant non-metal in the earth crust is oxygen, which is followed by silicon. Okay, so the first paragraph that is giving us information about the most abundant metal and non-metal in the nature. First thing is that the upper surface of earth crust, the earth crust की जो ऊपर वाली layer है, that is made up of sand and silicates, and in which most abundant metal is aluminium, second most is iron. Similarly, most abundant non-metal is oxygen, and second most is silicon. After this, second thing that is given here, metals are found in the earth crust as well as in seawater. It means that most of the metal that found in earth crust as well as in seawater. And third is, with the notable exceptions of gold, which exist as an element, most metals occur naturally as compound in the form of metal oxide, metal sulfide, and metal carbonate. Mean those metals which are most reactive, except gold and silver, these metals are found in the form of oxides, sulfides, or carbonates. These are not found single metal. Okay, it means that these are found in the form of I can say ore. Okay, this is not pure. So these compound are called minerals, which is which will not found in free state. या free state मतलब single नहीं मिलेंगे. So these are called minerals. A mineral is a natural occurring substance that has a definite composition and crystalline structure. Okay, what is mineral? Mineral is a natural occurring substance that has a definite composition and crystallization structure. So now if we will go through this video, diagram chart. So you can go through and you can see the non-metal, which is most sky blue color, is the most abundant element. Oxygen is the most abundant element as well as most abundant non-metal. Second, silicon. Okay, third, aluminium. Fourth, iron 5%, calcium 3.6%, sodium 2.8%, potassium 2.6%, and magnesium 2.1%. Rest other. Okay, so this is the graph that you have to draw in your notebook also, and just to keep the occurrence in your mind. Second is, we will talk about occurrence in continuation. Metals occur in the nature in free as well as in combined form. The earth crust is the major source of metal. Some metal are found in the earth crust in the free state, such as gold, silver, mercury. Those who are least reactive, these metal will found in the free state, and some are found in the form of their compound owing to their higher reactivity. Metals are also found in seawater in the form of many soluble salts, such as sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, etc. on the basis of reactivity. Metals are grouped into 3 categories: metals of low reactivity, metals of medium reactivity, and metals of high reactivity. This method of extraction of metal from its ore depends on the metal's position in the reactivity series. Metal found in a combined state in the earth crust are known as minerals. The minerals that have a relatively high concentration of the metal and can be extracted in an easy and cost-effective process, that is called ores. Okay, so here we got the introduction of mineral, we got the introduction of ore. So what is the mineral of ore? Definition if we'll see. So let's understand first, and let's revise, I can say. A pure substance, dear students, just focus on this question. A pure substance which can be subdivided into 2 or more new substance is known as what? a pure substance which cannot be subdivided into two or more new substances is known as what? Okay, it is known as what? That you need to answer. Second, germanium is non-metal. It is true or false? The upper surface of earth crust is made up of what? The most abundant non-metal in the earth crust is what? Metal are found in the earth crust as well as in the sea water. It is true or false? So let us discuss the first question. The answer key. The first question, a pure substance which cannot be subdivided into two or more new substances is known as element. Germanium is non-metal. It is false. Germanium is metal. The upper surface of earth crust is made up of sand and silicates. The most abundant non-metal on earth crust is oxygen. Metal are found in earth crust as well as in sea water. It is true. So dear student, write down these questions by pausing the video and do send me the answer. Okay, some important terms. As we said, we introduced mineral, we know now ore and gangue. So let's understand first the definition of minerals. Sometime it is coming in 1 mark. Minerals may be defined as any natural occurring inorganic solids that have a definite chemical composition and possesses a crystalline structure. Whereas ore is what? Ore are naturally occurring in rocks and contain metal and metal compounds in sufficient amount to make it profitably for extracting them. For example, sulfide ore, oxides ore, carbonates ore are there. Metal at the bottom of activity series like gold, platinum, silver, copper generally occur in free state. These are not found in the form of ore. But copper and silver also occur in sulfide and oxides ore. Metal of medium reactivity, zinc, iron, lead, occur mainly as oxides, sulfide and carbonates. Metal of high reactivity, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum are very reactive, thus found in the combined state. If we will talk about gangue, impurities like sand, rock and other impurities surrounding the minerals of interesting in an ore, it is the commercial worthless mineral matter associated with economical valuable metallic mineral in the deposit. Now let me conclude what is this meaning of mineral, ore and gangue. Dear student, as we studied that most of the metal and non-metal, most of the metal basically that is found in the earth crust. Okay, earth crust, there is crust, mantle, core, crust, mantle, core, mantle, crust. Okay, crust is on the topmost layer. जमीन के अंदर जो सबसे ऊपर वाली लेयर है, that is called crust. So here most of the metal is found, and basically those metals, which is metal is 3 types. Metal are found in 3 way, like most reactive, medium reactive and least reactive. Least reactive are gold, platinum, silver, which is not found in ore form, which is found in the free state. Medium reactive, these are found in sulfide or carbonate, and most reactive also found in the form of ore. And now those metals which is not free state, found in free state, these are known as minerals. And the minerals which is extracting the minerals, it is a precious stone, I can say, in which so many different type of metals are there or with impurities. And ore is what? It is natural occurring, which is rock or rock which contain metal and metal compound in sufficient amount, and it can be extract and we get some profitable type of this. And gangue are impurities like sand, rock, these are things. Okay, so metallurgy is what? It is a process. Now it is a process to extract of metal from their respective metallic compounds. मतलब metal को precious stone या mineral या ore में से सिर्फ और सिर्फ जो particular metal बना हुआ है, that if we are going to take out that metal, that is called metallurgy. The stepwise process obtaining metal from its ore is enriching of ore, obtaining metal from enriching ore, refining of impure metal to obtain the pure metal. Okay, so next is we can extract the metal when we have only the knowledge about the reactivity series. So see, most reactive metal can extract in different way, least reactive can extract in different way. So we should know what are most reactive and least reactive. So series are like this way: potassium is most reactive, sodium is second most reactive, calcium is third most reactive, magnesium is most reactive, aluminum is most reactive. So up to aluminum, the all metals are very reactive. Zinc, iron, tin, lead are medium reactive, and after hydrogen all are least reactive. Okay, so these are most reactive, these are medium reactive, these are least reactive. How to keep the mnemonics? Popular scientist can make a zebra in the lab, he cannot see girls. So by this way, popular scientist can make a zebra in the lab, he cannot see girls. Mean P for potassium, S for if I'll say sodium, C for calcium, M for magnesium, A for aluminum, Z for zinc, I for iron, T for tin, L for lead, H for hydrogen, C for copper, S for silver, G for gold. So you need to keep, if you need to keep these reactivity element or metals in your mind, so you need to learn this mnemonics. That is, popular scientist can make a zebra in the lab, he cannot see girl. So next is, once you know the reactivity, then according to reactivity you need to extract the ore. So ore of the reactivity metal, first the ore of very reactive metal such as sodium and calcium, it contain chloride or carbonates. For example, rock salt is sodium chloride, dolomite is calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. Whereas ore of less reactive metals, the ore of other metals such as aluminum, iron, copper or zinc, it contain mostly oxides and sulfides. For example, bauxites, iron pyrites, hematite, copper glance and zinc blende. These are the examples of most reactive and least reactive metals and elements. So these are the pictures of, you can see the pictures of those ore which is there. Just wait. These are the ores. Picture of ore. Hematite is looking like this way, bauxite is looking like this way. Hematite is the ore of iron, bauxite is the ore of aluminum, sulfurite is the ore of zinc, dear students, and this is ore of rock that contain enough mineral to be mined for profitable. Okay, so next is how to extract. With the help of this flow diagram we can understand. Ore is what? It is that most precious metal, most precious substance from where we can extract any metal. Okay, so now metal is of three types. You know, metal of high reactivity, metal of medium reactivity, metal of low reactivity. You should know the knowledge about metal of high reactivity, which metals are coming in high reactivity. So it is potassium, sodium, then calcium, magnesium. Okay, aluminum we have studied already this in our previous slides. This is I'm talking about this reactivity in which we have studied that popular scientists can make a zebra in the lab, he cannot see girls. It means that first potassium, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, aluminum are most reactive. Zinc, iron, tin, lead are medium reactive. Copper, silver, gold are least reactive. Once you know you have knowledge about these most reactive, medium reactive and least reactive, then you can extract it in the way. Most reactive metals are extracting by electrolysis method, in which we can convert the solid hard metal into molten ore by melting it, and after melting it we will get it pure metal. Okay, second, metal of medium reactive are having two type of ore: carbonate ore and sulfide ore. Carbonate ore is CO3 and sulfide ore is SO4. Okay, after that, for carbonate ore the process is calcination, for sulfide ore the process is roasting. Then oxides of metal, after carbonate ore and sulfide ore will convert into, by calcination and roasting process, it will change into oxides of metal. Okay, after oxides of metal, the reduction process where we are going to reduce the oxygen, and after refining we are getting pure metal. Where on the other hand side, the low reactivity sulfide ore is present only, roasting process is there for sulfide ore, metal will get pure metal, and after refining you are getting the purest metal. Okay, so let's understand with the low reactive metal. It is extracting metal low in the activity series. It is done by heating the ores in the air at high temperature. Mercury from cinnabar is the example. Suppose mercury HGS is cinnabar. When we are going to oxidize it, heat it, it will convert into oxides, sulfur dioxide. After that oxides will heat further by reduction process, and we will reduce oxygen and we will get Hg. Okay, then extraction of metal in low reactivity, if we are discussing, already we discussed metal which are low in active can be reduced to the metal by heating the presence of oxygen, which is called roasting process, and mercury is obtained from its ore cinnabar. Cinnabar is the ore of mercury, and it is by heating the presence of oxygen we can get the mercury. And copper is also obtained from the sulfide ore by the process of reduction. Next is extracting metal middle in the activity series, where metal are easily extracted from the carbonate and sulfide. When we are going to extract it with the carbonate, it is called calcination process. When it is going to be extracted from the sulfide, then it is roasting process. Here you can say zinc sulfate, zinc carbonate. If zinc sulfate is there, then calcination process is zinc. Yes, if zinc sulfate is there, roasting process. If zinc carbonate is there, calcination process is there. Okay, so very carefully you see the reaction and just understand how the reaction has done. It is very simple. By oxidizing, we need to heat, it will convert into oxides, from where we are going to extract the sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. Sulfur dioxide in case of roasting, carbon dioxide will reduce in case of calcination. Reduction of metal oxide by using coke, zinc oxide will react with carbon, convert into carbon monoxide. This is also one of the way. By using displacement reaction also sometimes it is used, where highly reactive element can be replaced the least reactive. After this extraction of middle of the activity series, it is same. Roasting and calcination are the two process. In roasting, zinc sulfide is converted into zinc oxide and end product sulfur dioxide. Zinc carbonate is for calcination, where zinc oxide and carbon dioxide will be. Okay, so in calcination carbon dioxide will produce, and in roasting sulfur dioxide will produce. Now the last extraction of metal top in the activity series, which is most reactive metals. These metals have more affinity for oxygen than carbon, and obtained by electrolytic reduction. Sodium is obtained by electrolysis of its molten chloride, where sodium chloride will convert into sodium positive and chlorine negative. As electricity is passed through the solution, metal get deposited at cathode and non-metal are at anode. This is happening in the most reactive elements. Sodium positive will change into by gaining one electron sodium. Chlorine by losing one electron will become chlorine 2 negative. Okay, extraction of metal at the top of the activity series is electrolytic process, in which what is happening, we cannot be obtained from their ore by simple heating or by heating with reducing agent. They are obtained by electrolytic reduction by high temperature. When electric current is passed through molten sodium chloride, sodium metal is deposited at the cathode and chlorine gas is deposited at the anode. Now what is cathode and anode? Negatively charged rod is called cathode, positively charged rod is called anode. Okay dear students, so these are the three basic method in which extraction for low reactive metal, extraction for medium reactive metal, and extraction for high reactive metal. Once you extracted, you see here this diagram, once you extracted the high reactive, medium reactive and low reactive, in which most important is medium reactive, because it is extracting with two process, carbonated and sulfide, in which calcination and roasting process is there. Now if you will see, in the end, in every case there is pure metal and pure metal. Then after pure metal we are going to refine it. So refinery process is what, in which impurities present in the obtained metal can be removed by electrolytic refineries. Copper is obtained using this method. Following are the present inside the electrolytic tank. Anode, it is a slab of impure copper. Cathode is a slab of pure copper. Solution is aqueous solution of copper sulfate with some dilute sulfuric acid. From anode, copper ion are released in the solution, and equivalent amount of copper from the solution is deposited to the cathode. Now impurities contain silver and it get deposited at the bottom of the anode and anode mud. So element, so this in this way we can refine. Now corrosion is what? It is element that is divided mainly into two group on the basis of physical and chemical property, metal and non-metal. We did this is conclusion. Elements are divided mainly into two group on the basis of physical and chemical property, that is metal and non-metal. We did metal that are chemically active, get corroded in the presence of air and moisture in the atmosphere. No, it is corrosion. Metal with higher reactivity such as magnesium, aluminum and much more prone of corrosion. Corrosion is, you have done in first chapter also, dear students. Corrosion is a natural process in which it convert a refined metal to a more chemical stable form, such as its oxide, hydroxide or sulfide. It is a gradual destruction of the material. It is gradual degradation of material in the presence of air and water. What is corrosion? It is the degradation of metal in the presence of air and water and form a browny substance. Corrosion is the deterioration of the metal as a result of chemical reaction between it and surrounding environment. Okay, so basically what is corrosion? Metal are attacked by substance in the surrounding like moisture and acid. Silver, it react with sulfur in the air to form silver sulfide, in turn black. Copper, it react moist carbon dioxide in the air and get green coat. Whereas iron acquire a coating of brown flaky substance called rust. Now dear students, my request is there, you just wherever you saw the corrosion, rusting or any oxides of metal like your iron or jewelry is becoming black, you make a video or draw or take a picture, send it to me, so that your learning should be practical. Okay, now what are the method of preventing from the corrosion? Different applications are there. Suppose application of painting is one thing. With the help of painting we can prevent from the corrosion. Second is applying a powder coating. In this process a dry powder is applied to clean metal surface. The metal is then heat which focus the powder into the smooth unbroken film. Third is corrosion is mainly caused by chemical reaction between the metal and gas, and so that we are taking a measure to control the environment, these unwanted reaction can be minimized. It is reducing exposure to rain or seawater, which is controlling the amount of sulfur, chlorine and oxygen in the surrounding environment, are some of the measures to be taken. Galvanizing is also one of the method in which we are coating the metal with an additional metal type that is more likely to oxidize. Okay, after galvanizing, coating of iron alloys steel with the less active metal such as tin will not corrode, so the steel will be protected. Okay, steel will be protected. Coating, okay, steel will be protected as long as the tin coating is in the place. A light coat of protecting material also, such as metal oxide, create a protective layer sometime that is used in petroleum refining, chemical production and water treatment plant also. Rusting of iron is preventing by painting, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, chrome plating, anodizing and making alloy also. Okay, so these are the different method to prevent the corrosion. Some of the method, if you know, so you can write it in your notebook. Okay, now my next video will be on the topic of formation of alloy and the basic conclusion. Okay, so till that, enjoy this video, and hope so you understood everything, and you are understanding with the help of these digital classes. But once again, in the end, I just want to appeal that please do complete your work and try to show the notes to us, and your FA is going to be start very soon. So chapter number 2 is the syllabus, not chapter 1. Chapter number 2 is the syllabus, because yesterday I told chapter 1 and 2, so now we decided that only chapter 2 will be there in FA exam. Okay, so prepare chapter number 2 properly so that you should not feel any kind of problem. Okay, thank you, have a nice